Hello, Graybeard here, and welcome to the channel. We're going to take a ride on the Amyet S8. Give you a little overview. Got the spoke wheels, dual shocks in the rear, dual in the front, of course. Got the halo light. Halo runs all the time while the bike's on. It does make it a little safer, but if I had the choice, I'd want to be able to control it and have it on or off. Yeah, that's it. We're going to take a ride on it too. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It'll help a fella out. And definitely hit like. At the least, hit like. Comment. All those interactions help. And I'm struggling over here. I could use the help. I could use all the help I could get. Making sure I got everything. Let's get her turned on. Boom. Yeah, that screen, that's the biggest gripe I have about this bike is that screen. And the front and the factory tires, but I done fixed that. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but with my shades, little kitty. Hey, little kitty. Yeah, with my shades on, I can barely even tell it's on. Let me check my tires. Yeah, I'm still good. Hopefully audio and everything's good. I know I mention that a lot, but sometimes I'll do everything I normally do and let's go ahead and hit the dual motor Camaro. That one there is actually my son's Camaro. Yep, 17 up a hill. I can pedal the other bikes and be lucky to get 16. $20, $18. That's the steepest spot where it went down to 18. That's the cool thing about these bikes, these S8s. Well, the dual motor S8 is that the mountain. I wish you could see it like I see it. I really do. Gorgeous. It's a little cool today. We've been going through a cold front and it's still in the 60s. It's supposed to get up to 70s later, but currently we're in the 60s. This is single motor. And it does better than the other two, so that it, like I say, it says 1,000 watt, 1,500 peak. I believe it. We're going uphill right now. Not real steep, but it's not not slight. And hopefully you're not hearing the wind noise. I did this a video one time. Still on single motor too, going uphill. But yeah, I did a video one time, and there's all kinds of wind noise and everything, and I had the mic plugged in and everything. This is dual motor. You probably saw me switch it though. Yeah. And when you do a full ride and everything and video it, expecting everything to come out good and everything, you done drained the battery doing it, you know, bike battery. We're still going uphill. Yeah, it's just aggravating. Kind of hard to redo it too. You can pretty much tell the steepness of the hill by how fast I'm going. It's the same ride I did last time, or at least this road anyway. I might change it up a little bit. Got a fly on my mirror. He's holding on for dear life. He wants to go over the top. He's on the top. He's like, "Wah!" We doing 34. I can't take it any longer. I hope y'all saw that. Yeah, on flat, this thing will max out at 34. You can tell this is just a slide hill. I'm doing 32 still. And up ahead, you can see it gets a little steeper. It'll probably go down to 30 on it, if not lower. Like I say, dual motors will run that battery down a lot quicker, but it's worth it. Ooh, I just got smacked in the shoulder by a big old bug of some sort. Yeah, it held 30. As you can tell, if you watched my last video, we just made this distance we already went a lot quicker. I was just thinking, it probably seems like I yell a lot or talk loud or whatever. I'm hearing a lot of wind come past my ears, and it automatically makes me want to talk louder. Now this is single motor. I done switched back. See what it'll hold on this hill. Oh, we're already down to 24. Yeah, that second motor makes a world of difference. Well, we held 21. That's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good for a single motor and my 230-pound butt. Yeah, like I say, just with the single motor, it just seems so much more peppy. And I would say over time, like my other two bikes, they probably get a little weaker, just a little bit by little bit, you know. So like I say, the Polarna is 2 years old, and the Jansno is a year old. This one's a few months old. D-mountain, see all the phone towers and whatnot. Fairly sunny. I mean, it's sunny. It's very sunny. Hardly any clouds is what I meant to say. pretty sweet living in an area like this. The scenery and all. This little building right here where it says Rosie's. Rosie's 2, I guess there's a 1, I don't know. But used to be a bike shop that sold Trek and stuff like that. Don't know how long they were open, but yeah, they sold bikes and also rented out U-Hauls or budgets or whatever the heck it was. I can't remember. I think it was U-Haul. Yeah, it was U-Haul. Yeah, when you look at this on the video, the mountain doesn't seem near as big. Butterfly. Come this way just to see if they had any of the mini bikes out. They've been selling the, I don't know what it's called, BR 200, something like that. Basically, it's the old Monster Moto bought out by Coleman. Let's get some speed. It was slightly downhill, so it got up to 30 pretty quick. Get her up to speed and then kind of try to maintain it with the single motor, and you save a lot of power. Still slightly downhill is while we was doing over 32. It held 32 on a flat. I started trying to pedal at 29 and I could still feel myself actually helping. I still think this is slightly higher geared than the others, but the others do better than what I was initially thinking. And pedaling don't help that much unless you want the exercise. And I probably should. The mountain. Like I say, you can't hardly go just about anywhere around here and not see it. Unless you're in between a couple of big hills, then that's all you see. See what you'll get up to downhill on a single motor. Got 34 on downhill on a single. I hope I'm not slouching a whole lot. I try to keep that in mind, you know. I've had people complain because you couldn't see much over the handlebars. Can't please everyone, you know. Woohoo! Now I'm just coasting right now. That's how steep this hill is. I know on camera a lot of times it don't look as steep as it actually is. Just like the mountains don't look as tall. Coasting 32 miles an hour, I was doing a little faster. It's less and less steep as we go down. It's almost flat here. Then as you go into that turn, it gets steeper again. Not real steep, but yeah. I'm gonna pull over. There's a car coming. I don't know if he's going the same way I'm going or not. Ooh, H1 Hummer. Skirt. It's just beautiful all around here. The Hiley place. Yeah, he just in the last 10 years or so took over this side of the street on the right. I don't know what all that was before, but they bought it out and renovated it. Doing 24 on a single. I can't believe that, really. That's pretty darn good. I was fixing to flip over to dual, but we're doing pretty darn good. It's gonna get steeper. I might switch over here in a minute. Let's see if we get down to 20, I'll flip it over to dual. We may get down to 20, I don't know. Yep, we're getting down to 20. Huh? They said, no, I want to do it this way. It's getting a little steeper again. We're going to hit 20. Boom. And here we go. Slap in that second motor and it says, what? What hell? Does pretty darn good, doesn't it? Yeah, anytime you come to a point in a video where you want to say something, go ahead and throw it down in the comments there. I'll read it. That's one cool thing about my channel being so little. I was wondering what I was hearing. Somebody's car alarm. Some older person in church coming out and not knowing how to operate their key fob. Oh, shoot. Meant to stop at that stop sign. Of course, I am a bicycle. They don't look at you the same. Single cab, step side, they're rare. Do you see them around here ever so often? Woohoo! Staying on the pavement as much as I can to stay off that nasty bumpy sidewalk. Still on single motor. As soon as I got to the top of that hill, I switched off of dual. Might ought to get on it. Woohoo! I was trying to look to see if there's any traffic. I was going to get on the other side, but then you got them trucks parked over there. There's a good wide shoulder there to ride on. And that car right there was the last one to pass. That was rough getting onto that sidewalk. Woohoo! Say out of all three bikes, if I didn't have any of them and I had the choice between the three, it would have to be this one though. I say the Polarna is a little fancier, to me it just all around seems a little higher quality. Not a bunch, but a little. But bang for your buck, this one right here is the winner in my book. Wasn't sure how smooth that was right there. It's fairly smooth. what this place is. You know, I never really paid attention to it. Performance Automotive. This is somewhere's about a 53 Chevy right here. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Back when cars were art. Had a lot of style. That car's been sitting there quite a while. I was wondering what they was doing. They pressure washing. Daggone building looked clean to start with. I've rode up this side of the road, but it's been quite a while. Get onto the traffic side of the line here, and there'll be less debris. I just noticed they got that train station there. I guess you can book a ticket and get on there and ride the train from Bluefield. I think they did that a while back. I just ain't never paid no attention. When I ride this side of the town, some things I just overlook. And I don't come over here unless I'm riding on my bike. I ain't been over here in my car in ages, or my truck. We holding 30. It's going to pick up here in a minute because it's going to go slightly downhill. Like I say, riding these bikes wide open like this, I don't know what they was honking for. I don't know who that is. Oh, but yeah, riding wide open like this, that's the quickest way to run your battery out. That dude on the single wheel back there got on the road. I'm wondering if he's trying to catch up. Let's make it to where he don't. Yeah, some of them single wheel things will go pretty quick. I'm not sure exactly how quick, but they're quite expensive, so I guess they gotta make up for the price. I know them one wheel thingies are pretty quick. I don't know if I'd ever want to get one of those. $33 downhill on a single, and that's not a very steep hill. I know these are cheaper bikes that I ride. They're on the bottom of the price spectrum. I'm a cheapskate. Still good bikes though. But I do wish they'd cushion the seats a little bit more. Most people probably don't ride as long as I've already ridden today. They just take it to commute with and stuff and junk, and they don't really go long distances. I mean, some people do, but I'd say the majority probably don't. Little lady didn't see me. Most people will stay there and let you go by first. Yeah, the first thing I would recommend anybody doing when they get these bikes, if you're like me and the majority of people that ride these electric bikes, I would highly recommend a set of street treads. These knobbies are just too noisy. Too gosh darn noisy. Uh-oh. Having some kind of shindig or something. Some kind of community outreach anyway. We're going uphill and I'm still almost doing speed limit on one motor. Fixing to peak out. Woohoo! Hill, mountain. Hopefully you can see it. I imagine that it's getting it in the shot. Yeah, I'm already feeling it in my butt. And it's not that the bike's bad compared to others in its price range. It's not. They're all like that. They're fairly plush. A lot of it could be me. My old butt's tired and it feels it a lot easier, I guess. A little washboardy on the shoulder. Guess they didn't worry as much about it, since they knew there wasn't going to be no traffic on it. This section of the road, I remember when they paved it, but it already looks old, which is probably about 10 years old, and the average lifespan of a road is only supposed to be, oh, that's not good. That's ceramic. That could take out a tar. Yeah, most places though on the roads, they don't do the maintenance as often as they should. You know, resurfacing and whatnot. Woohoo! My legs can feel it. So see, I imagine some of these people probably pulling in through here. They ain't gonna be going fast enough for me to worry about it though. There may be a Walmart somewhere with a better view than this, but I wouldn't think there'd be too many. Not too many at all. Gorgeous view. Like I say, you can turn and you still see the mountain. 460 ain't straight, you know, you're in a valley, you gotta follow the mountain. Hey. Most people don't even pay attention to that stop sign. I usually do, but I was like, what the heck? Gorgeous. I hope the camera's picking it up good since the sun's out. The different colors in the trees and whatnot. Just freaking gorgeous. Trying not to slow down too much, but I want to slow down enough to take this properly. Yeah, still going fast enough to where the tire didn't scratch. Because I use dual motors to get up that hill. Very, very handy bike. If you live in a very hilly area, I highly recommend this one over a single motor. Like I say, if you go to buy an S8, yes, you're going to search for S8, but make sure, if you want that dual motor, make sure it's a dual motor. Unfortunately, one of the people that viewed one of my videos, I don't know if he actually subscribed, but he watched the video and commented on it that he didn't know he didn't have the switch like mine, an AB switch. And he was wondering how to turn on that front motor, you know, turn it on and off. I said, if you don't have that switch, unfortunately, you probably have a single motor. Getting a little creak from this bike. And it's in the pivot spot, just like the Jans know, just not as bad, but it could get worse. Yeah, a little creaky creak. Might have to back off that screw or whatever. The Jans know has an Allen bolt or whatever in it. I imagine this is probably similar. The bike looks totally different as far as the design of the frame. But a lot of these companies share a lot of the parts. Even though they may look different, like this and the Jansno has the exact same, handle grips. And I put the same mirrors on both of them, but that had nothing to do with the bike itself because I put that there. But shocks look different somewhat, but they're probably pretty much the same thing. I'm assuming they're turning. Yep. Oh. I didn't notice that light turn red. I don't know if I've taken one of these bikes up in Sam's parking lot. Yeah, I was fixing to hightail it through that red light. That's gorgeous. If only the camera picked it up like my eyes do. Fairly busy for a Sunday morning. Of course, this is the shopping area, or some say the shopping district. Whoa, I'm in dual motor still. Camaro. I had the green that time. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna start seeing some changing colors soon though. Especially seeing how it seemed to cool off a lot quicker this year. Of course, it's supposed to be a cold front, but I don't know if it's gonna. August is in a lot of places is the warmest time of year, especially like in the south. But up here in West Virginia, it's a little different. Usually it's warm around this time of year too, sometimes the warmest. Then you have some years like this where, like I say, the whole last week, it's barely gotten into the 70s. I know my family and friends down south and out west and out, down south, they're all burning up right now. While I'm just chilling. Like I say, we're probably lucky if it's 70 degrees right now. It was 63 when I started getting my junk together to do my ride video. The heck? Oh, that's an apple tree. I was like, where'd that apple come from? I guess that's some kind of apple. It looks like an apple. Little green apples. Never noticed that till just now. Woohoo! Like I say, this one makes a little more noise going over bumps, where that Polarna is just about completely silent when you go over bumps. Not sure where the battery is. I can't see it myself. I can kind of make out the screen a little bit. On dual motor, we're getting 30, so we must be fairly low. This is slightly uphill, but I've done a lot, not a lot, but I've done 33 or so up this spot here, this little stretch. I could let off dual motor anyway. It's only 25 through here anyhow. Still holding 27. Was. Yeah, I can't remember when they put in these new crosswalks. They like to beep a lot though. Yard sale. Yeah, they need to clip that back. Getting a little overgrown there. Guess we'll ride it out to my street. Yeehaw! Ba-doom. No kitty cats. Usually I see a kitty cat jumping out and getting away. Like, what the heck? That little one that you saw at the beginning of the video scurrying through here, that's the stray that claimed us. And then that tuxedo cat that you see sometimes. Them two are the most skittish. The other two probably don't. Well, Church, I've seen him skedaddle before too. yeah, like I say, bang for your buck. You can't beat it. We still got 2 bars left, but I'll probably go ahead and charge her up for the next ride. This one uses it so quickly, I don't want to risk over draining the battery. Had one commenter tell me that it's not good to let it go below 20% or so, 20 to 25%. Which I'd say most people probably do take it below that. And I guess if you want to be safe and get the most out of your bike, it's probably best to charge it below, before you get below 20%. Which, you know, 2 out of 5 bars, that would be 20%. And that was a good ride. See how many miles. We went 13.1 miles on that ride and still got 20%. So, like I say, I don't use the dual motors all the time, but I use them enough, and it's hilly around here too. So it doesn't matter. Even when you're on single motor, the hills are going to drain your battery faster. And dual motors, a lot faster. Plus, like I say, I weigh 230 pounds or so, somewhere abouts. I ain't weighed myself in a while, but I'd say at the most 235. But I'm probably I get a little heavier in the winter and then a little lighter in the summer. And as I get older, it still slowly increases. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. That helps me out tremendously. And I greatly appreciate y'all that do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that helps. We're close to 1,400. I think it was 1391 or somewhere in there. 1390 to 1392. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. The higher it goes, it seems like the quicker I'm picking up subscribers. So, like I say, year 1 subscription might help me boost me up to 5 or 6 more real quick. Yeah. Struggling little channels like this. If you watch me regularly, you might as well subscribe anyway. But it helps us way more than it helps the big channels. Because like big ones that are up around, you know, hundreds of thousands to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million or whatever. Yeah, you know, I'm not saying not to subscribe to them, because some of them channels are good too. But the little channels, it really helps us. Really helps us. And I hate to mention it so much, but yeah, I'm trying to get up there. I'm struggling, I tell you. But it sure helps a fella out. And like I say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.